Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Youthman. In this video, we're going to be looking at a powerhouse 11 channel amplifier from Emotiva, the XPA-11 Gen 3. Now before we get into the video, if you're into home theater, audio and video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified when the next video drops. All right guys, I'm really excited about this video. Emotiva has been making amplifiers for a long time, and they've come out with an XPA-11, which is a modular design which allows you to have some great flexibility on how you set it up and how it's configured. This thing looks gorgeous. I really like the design concept, being able to power that front sound stage with 300 watts per channel and then using lower amplification for your surrounds as well as Dolby Atmos speakers. Now I'll be using the amplifier to power 7 Klipsch speakers on the ground level, which will be a front, center, and a left, 2 side surrounds and 2 back surrounds, and then 4 Klipsch in-ceiling Dolby Atmos speakers. And I just received the Marantz AV7705 Pre-Pro that I'll be connecting the Emotiva to, and so I'm excited to see what separate sounds like here in my theater. All right, let's get this thing unboxed. So this will be the first Emotiva amp that I have experienced in my own home theater. I had a friend of mine that actually has quite a few Emotiva amps in his setup. I've heard them, they sound incredible. And for the most part, everything I've seen about the Emotiva amplifiers, they offer a really good bang for your buck. So I'm excited to get this checked out. So as you can see here, it's double box, which is great because this amplifier is pretty heavy. I believe it's like 54 pounds. So that's always good when they can double box. Keep the equipment protected. All right, let's take a look here. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pull this amplifier. Let's slide it out here first. All right, we'll put that box to the side. Now one thing that's really nice about this box, I noticed at the beginning, is that there's grip holes right here, so that makes it easier to carry. So let's go ahead and unfold her here. See what we got. So right up here, we've got an amplifier birth certificate. Got some paperwork here. There's gonna be your owner's manual. So here it looks like we've got some stickers for the different channels here. So you can got 1 to 14, and then you got front, right, left front, center, right surround, left surround, and so forth. So here on the top, we've got just a nice cushion foam. Check that out, guys. That's a nice presentation there. So the amplifier's covered in this little cloth material. Over on this side, we've got an accessory kit. Nice, really thick gauge power cable, so I like that. And it looks like we've got a trigger cable in there as well. So there's the 12-volt trigger cable and a really thick power cable, 2-prong. All right, so another thing I see inside here, it's hard to see on your end, but there's kind of like a little notch down here to be able to grab the amplifier from the bottom. All right, that joker's a beast. All right, that'll give you a workout. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around so you guys can see it. All right, y'all ready? Let's check it out. Oh yeah. Woo, look at that beast. I like that. Let's get it up on the stand. Let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is reach around the back, and there's a small switch by the power cable. We'll turn that on. You'll see the front LED turns orange, and to turn the unit on, you just press the Emotiva button right here, the power button, and you'll see there are 7 LED lights. They start off red, and after about 10 seconds, they'll turn that beautiful blue. Now down at the bottom far left, we see the label, and the label says 11 3.4S. Now the 11, of course, stands for the 11 channel amplifier, and it's configured as what they call a 3.4S. The 3 refers to the high-powered single channel modules. Now each one of the 3 high-powered modules are rated at 300 watts RMS into 8 ohms and 490 watts RMS into 4 ohms. The 4S refers to the 4 stereo modules. Now these modules are a little bit lower in wattage. They're 65 watts per channel continuous into 8 ohms and 100 watts per channel continuous into 4 ohms. The front of the unit features this beautiful brushed aluminum face with those mesmerizing blue LED lights. Up at the top you have 7 LEDs which represent each channel. Now each one of these can be turned off from the back, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Now if we spin the unit around, we can see up at the top left we have our 12 volt trigger input and output. The 12 volt trigger allows you to connect the supplied cable from the Emotiva XPA amplifier to either your receiver or your preamp pre-pro. That way when you turn on your receiver, it turns on the amplifier. Below that we have the status LEDs, so you can turn on or off the 7 LED lights on the front. Down at the bottom we have our 2-prong power connection, and to the right of that is the main power toggle. Now this unit is really unique because, as you can see, there are 7 individual modules. And so you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individual amplifiers, and this unit can be configured in different ways to meet your needs. This particular unit, we can see we have the 3 center amplifiers as that single 300 watt per channel amplifier. So this is going to be used in my setup as my front left, my center channel, and my front right. Then flanking those, we have 2 stereo pairs here and 2 stereo pairs here. Now the way I'll be using it in my setup, I'll use 1 amplifier to power my side surrounds, 1 amplifier to power my rear surrounds, and then over here I'll use 1 amplifier to power my front Dolby Atmos speakers and the other one to power my rear Dolby Atmos speakers. So when we're looking at the stereo modules, you can see at the very top we have a left and a right channel input. Below that we have a toggle for either XLR inputs or RCA. So the RCA would be the top, the XLR would be a balanced input below. So that definitely gives you some options on how you want to connect it. A lot of pre-pros have the XLR inputs, very few receivers have them, and so most of the time you'll be using unbalanced RCA inputs, but it does have the nice feature of going with balanced if you have that connection available. And then you've got your binding posts down below. And then if we look at the single amplifiers, they each have a single RCA at the very top. Down below that, we have a toggle switch which will allow you to select between either RCA or balanced XLR inputs. And then below that, you have a single pair of binding posts. The XPA-11 utilizes both Class AB amplifier as well as Class H. The XPA-11 measures 17 inches wide by 19 inches deep by 8 inches tall and weighs 53 pounds. The XPA-11 retails for $19.99, has a 5-year warranty, as well as a 30-day risk-free trial, which basically means if for any reason you don't like the unit or it doesn't meet your needs, simply contact Emotiva to return it. All right guys, the XPA-11 looks incredible, man. This is a beautiful looking unit. Definitely seems like it's gonna be really, really flexible. Now, one thing I wanna mention about the modules, you will not be able to just contact Emotiva and have them send you different modules and have you replace those. You definitely will void your warranty, so you'll need to contact Emotiva to have either them install it or take it to an Emotiva authorized repair center so that they can install it. But it definitely offers a lot of flexibility because you could have 7 pairs of the 65 watt a channel, and you could power just a bunch of speakers. You could have all of those 7 channels be the 300 watt power modules, or a combination of something else. You could even use most of the channels for your surround system, and then maybe use 1 stereo pair for, say, some outdoor speakers in a zone 2 setup. And so there's just a lot of flexibility with this unit. And before I wrap up the video, Emotiva sent me one other thing that I think is pretty cool. I was looking online to find out, what kind of cables should I connect with this. Now, I'm not a big guy on buying super high-end, fancy, crazy cables. I've got a video on that, and there have just been some crazy comments on that. There's a lot of debate on whether cables make a difference. But I was looking online to find something that just looked cool, was very a good bargain and a good buy. And I came across a set of cables that Emotiva no longer carries, but I reached out to them to see if they still had some, and they did, and they were willing to send me some. So let's check these out. So inside the box, we've got two pair. It's gonna be hard to see. Let's pull them outside the box here. We got two sets of cables. And these are their eConnects Precision Interface Cabling by Emotiva. And the model number are the MRCA, it's hard to see, it's kind of a funky font, MRCA 7, I believe. So as you can see here, it's a single cable that has 7 individual RCAs. And so since I'm gonna be powering 11 speakers, we've got 2 sets of these. And what's really cool too is on these, you won't be able to see it, but each one of these cables is labeled. So the green one says center, then you've got a pink one that says right back surround. So each one of these is labeled. So I just thought that was really cool. They look really nice, definitely nothing super fancy, not a real thick gauge wire, but I just thought these things were really sweet. And so I'm looking forward to getting these set up with the Marantz AV7705 Pre-Pro that I've got in for review. So I'll be having another video on that. Well guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button, be sure to subscribe, and as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll catch you in the next video.